Hey all, 118 Seth Shadow here. So there are a number of items to cover with the end of the challenge showdowns, and we're wrapping up on the BCS format where we are fast approaching the World Finals. And with the World Finals, we'll be going into Set Nine's format, Dawn Dusk. But before we get into that, we're still going through Set Eight's format, and we'll be going through some other cards that are happening right now. But it's not just in the main format that we're going to be seeing some updates. Glory Finder and Crosscraft have also gotten a few announcements for their formats in terms of some restrictions, which we're also going to be going over today. So, for singles, let's go ahead and take a look at some things. The first thing is Set 8's Aether of the Warrior Wing. This is Aether from Havencraft, taken and put into Swordcraft, where it's a legendary card and a super legendary. It has 8 listings right now on its regular legendary as well as the super legendary. So that's under 10 listings, and I just wanted to make sure that's called out for the legendary. Especially, it's still easy to pick up regardless. The base price is just over 250 and the market price is less than that right now. While the super legendary has a market price under $8, but the base price is almost 9 right now. A card for Forestcraft, Mark of the Six. The foil version of this card, which comes out of set 5, is down to 2 listings on the market with a pricing of around $1, but the shipping tags that are attached to the 2 listings here shoot the value up quite significantly. So the market price on this card is about $2, and while both of the listings are under 2, their shipping tags are at least $3.50. So you're paying over $4 to pick this card up right now. Filne, Whitefrost Dragon Newt. The legendary has gotten some more listings on the market, putting it just under $15 for its base price. 13 listings on the market with a market price that has been dropping off. It's now closer to $16 with 2 listings available that are under 15 right now. That's without considering shipping. And then the other ones are typically around $18 and then they start moving back into the 20s. But Vilne is not as big as it used to be with the formats that have been going right now. Even with Disdain's resurgence, it hasn't seen too much of a gain. A card from set 6 that really hasn't been seeing a lot, though, is Kagemitsu Matchless Blade for Swordcraft. This card is a 1-cost 1/1 and a legendary, also has a super legendary, of course. No evolved, though. 18 listings on the market for this one for almost $1.50. The market price is almost $2, and in terms of available listings for this one, they get more consolidated around 250, but there are a number of them that are under $2 right now. So the other thing I want to note is that Kagemitsu is going to be getting a prize version for the Bushiroad Summerfest that's coming up. So this card is already pretty cheap when it comes to its regular printings that come out of set 6, and I haven't really seen many players give this a try before. So just a note that it is going to be getting a prize version. Quan has fallen off pretty hard ever since that it just kind of fell out in popularity. Now you can pick it up for as low as $6 on the market. It's got 28 listings on the regular legendary right now, with its market price falling out from a high from 3 months ago above 9. It's now closer to $8. And in terms of availability, there are a good amount of them for 6. And then even with the ones that follow up higher than that, they're still under $10. If you wanted to try Float Point Haven, one of its key cards, Karula Arts Master, is very easy to pick up pretty much across the board. If you want to pick up the regular legendaries, the base and the Evo are both under $1 right now with over 30 listings, and this is from set 6. The super legendaries, well, the base form is on the more expensive side, but even so, its lowest listing is under 10 with a market price of around 14. The super legendary of the Evo is at $3 base with a market price that's underneath that. And then you have the ultimate rare form of this card, which is $20 base right now, and it's 25-ish for its market price. Talking a little bit about Dirt Rune as we move into set 9, one of the cards that you want to look at is Mirror of Truth, which is a bronze from set 6, but it also came as a foil promo among the tournament packs. So being a bronze, it's not too difficult to pick up, and this was a set from before we got the ratio changes for the boxes, so this should have a lot of quantity to pass around. 28 listings on the bronze, and then if you want the promo, there are 19 listings on that. The promo is above $1, but the market price is closer to $2. Even so, that's still not too difficult to pick up. A word of warning, though, for Ancient Alchemist. The Evo of this card, which is a gold Evo, even though it comes out of set 1, it's short on listings right now, and its base pricing is starting to move up. $1 is the current low listing, but then it moves straight up to $3 after that, and then it's actually consolidated around $5 right now. I've said it numerous times, I will say it again, gold Evos always tend to hold a significant amount of value. And I've talked about Ancient Alchemist periodically in preparation for something like this to happen, so just to know, it is starting to move up there now that there's high anticipation of playing it. Talking a little bit about the alternate format restrictions. The first is going to be on Glory Finder. So this is something that has been plausible for a while in Glory Finder right now, which is the use of Deepwood Anomaly from Forestcraft and the Uma Musume Swordcraft spell outrunning the encroaching heat. So the way this works is that Anomaly has an effect where if it does attack damage to an enemy leader, then you just win the game. It's a 7 cost. Outrunning the encroaching heat gives any follower on your field Storm. If it's an Uma Musume, it also gets +1/+1, but that's the irrelevant part here. Basically, if you give Anomaly Storm and attack straight into an enemy leader, then you just win the game. So basically, it's a 9-point combo that outright wins you the Glory Finder round. It's only possible in Glory Finder at this point. You could technically do this in Crosscraft too, given you play Swordcraft and Force specifically. But there's been a restriction that you can only use one of these in Glory Finder right now. And another one for Crosscraft is the use of Tin Soldier from set 3. This also comes as a promo from one of the BSF tournaments that we had. I've talked about that one before, how it was still pretty overpriced given that no one's really picking it up. Tin Soldier is restricted to 1 per deck if you intend to use it as part of Crosscraft. It's a bronze to pick up from set 3, so it's easy to grab now, but just keep in mind, it does have that limitation. Mecha Wing Angel, specifically the winner promo for this season's tournament pack shop tournaments, has really dropped off in value to under $5 at its lowest listing. It's now close to $4. There are 7 listings on the market for this, and the market price is just over $4 right now, but we have a lot of copies that are available for underneath $4 at this point. I mean, you have to keep in mind that all of these winner promos for the regular shop tournaments are really just alternate arts of already existing cards. So it's really just whether or not you really like this art in comparison or you're fine with just picking up the original. The Evo of Erd, which is a card from set 1 and it's a gold Evo, is still holding around the $1.50 mark when it comes to its lowest listings. And there are 46 listings on the market for this one, so it's definitely not in short stock anywhere. The market price on this one is about $2, which has been dropping off. And in terms of consolidation of this one, there's more around the 150 mark, spread across different sellers, but also for just one seller. Just looking on the front page, we don't even get to $2 for this. But this can be a random tech depending on how you want to play, but given that there's so many in the market and it's just a random tech, it's very unlikely we'll see this really shoot up in value. But even so, it could, given that it's a gold Evo. The leader card for C2 from set 4 has listings that are underneath 200 now. This is one of those leader cards that has had a hard time getting under $200, and now I finally got there. 180, and there are 2 other listings right now that are just under 200. One of them is a lightly played, though. Otherwise, the card still has mainly $200 plus listings and, excuse me, 8 listings overall. But if you were looking to pick up C2, it is under 200 now if you want to give it a try. That's it when it comes to singles. Now I want to go over a little bit of news that we got over this weekend, starting with the next season of Showdown challenges, because there is a very interesting prize card for the winner of these ones. So, just like with all the other Showdowns, everyone gets a participation prize. It's going to be Rabbit Mage this time, which comes out of set 9. The top 8 promo is going to be an alt art of Soul Conversion from set 1. For those of you who don't remember this card, it's an Abysscraft card where you destroy one of your followers and draw 2 cards. So, a staple card that's getting an alt art, which could very well be of some significant value. It really depends. But here is the big one. The champion card of this season is going to be an alt art of Dragon Oracle for Dragoncraft with Forte. That's right. We are finally getting our technically third alternate printing of Dragon Oracle. The first one was from the Glory Finder set. This time we're actually getting an alt art promo. However, you can only get it if you win the showdown. And Dragon Oracle itself is basically a shoo-in for almost any Dragoncraft deck, barring a few exceptions, of course. But this is likely to be a very highly anticipated prize card in comparison to a lot of the other ones we've had. We've had some pretty good ones. There's no lie in that. But I think Dragon Oracle is shaping up to be the best one that we've seen for any of the Showdown challenges so far. I don't think any of the other promos have beaten this as a winner promo so far. And there is one more thing that we have to go over, and I'm sure there's been a lot of excitement around the anticipation of when we were getting this next part. Cardfight Vanguard's collaboration set is coming to Shadowverse Evolve in August. So, if you watch both of my market watches for Shadowverse Evolve and Cardfight Vanguard, you're in for a treat today because now we are definitely getting this collab. And there are a few things to talk about for this one. So, naturally, the first thing to keep in mind is that we're going to be getting all the different crafts between different clans. So we're going to get Royal Paladin, we're going to get Kagero, we're going to get... we are going to get... Why am I Shadow Paladin, that's right. Which will be spread across Swordcraft, Dragoncraft, and Abysscraft. Those are the big 3 that a lot of us are definitely looking at. But there are other ones. Pale Moon is coming for Runecraft. We have Oracle Think Tank coming for Havencraft. Aqua Force is coming for Forestcraft. So there is a lot to grab in terms of old school stuff for Cardfight Vanguard to relive in Shadowverse Evolve. And when it comes to how they are marketing this one, they are giving us this. Similar to what they're doing with set 10 for the 2nd anniversary outside of Japan, we are getting random box toppers. Here's the kicker though. From the looks of it, we're getting 2 types. One can contain a thickened leader card along with an Evo point that has a Cardfight Vanguard showcasing image, a key visual. But there is a second type of pack that we can get that'll have a thin leader card instead, while also having an Evo point that covers one of the older booster sets from the original 5, the first 3 from Limit Break, and 2 extra booster sets that we'd be expecting. And the feature characters for this, we've got Aichi for Swordcraft, we've got Kai for Kagero, we've got Ren for Abysscraft, Misaki for Havencraft, Asaka for Runecraft, and Leon for Forestcraft. So, ultimately, they have not actually made it clear how they're going to do the distribution of these 2 packs with it, because each one is supposed to come in a box topper for sure. My guess is, if you're going to pick up a case, which should have 20 boxes in it, I would say at least 18 of the boxes will probably have these thin ones, whereas maybe 2 of them, If we're lucky, 3, we'll have these box type 1 boost topper packs, which will have the alternate arts of the leader cards. So just keep that in mind. Just like with set 10, where we're only supposed to be getting the leader packs in random boxes, at least for this one, I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a box topper for every box. But that is it for today. And yeah, this is something I'm pretty sure a lot of Cardfight Vanguard players have been anticipating, at least to give Shadowverse a try. But the same can be said for Shadowverse Evolved players looking to see if they can get some more Cardfight Vanguard players into the game. So this will definitely be a teller as to how big Shadowverse Evolved can get in the future. I hope you enjoyed today. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.